Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss about the inquiry and rate master. Before that, here I want to show you some flow chart about the material management process. In material management process, the first thing is comes is requisition generation. Okay, in requisition generation there are two types. One is a material wise requisition and other one is a procurement plan wise. The next thing is comes after the requisition generation is a requisition approval. Here you can approve that particular requisition. Here you can set workflow as well. Okay, the after the requisition approval, the next thing is come is inquiry generation and rate master creation. The both things are optional for each other. Okay, in inquiry generation, there are the three part is coming. One is a float inquiry to the supply. Means what after the inquiry you can float that inquiry to the supplier. Okay, after that you can add the quotation which is coming from the supply. After you can compare that quotation into the quotation comparison. After the comparison the quotation you can select the L1 and you can transfer this rate into the rate master. Okay, after the inquiry field the next field is coming is a rate master. In rate master you can create the rate without any inquiry, without any quotation. You can directly add the rate into the rate master with the help of rate master creation. These are optional each other. Okay, if you don't want to generate equation, if you don't want to add quotation, if you don't want to compare the quotation, you can use the rate master creation menu. Okay, after the next thing is come is a PO generation where you can generate the PO. Okay, with the help of the equation which is coming from the site. Okay, after the PO generation there is a PO approval process. In PO approval process you can approve the PO or you can set the workflow. Okay, you can set the multiple level of the approval in PO approve. After the PO approve the next part is come is advance debit and credit where you can give the advance to the vendor, you can debit that vendor, you can credit that vendor. Okay, after that the next procedure is approval of that advance debit and credit. The next after the PO approval the next thing is coming is good testing note, mean GTNs. GTN is used for the GTN is used for GTN is used for no, in good testing note where you can check the quality of that particular material. After that the next thing is coming is good receipt note, means GRN, where you can make the GRN and you can receive the material or you can add this material into the our stock. After GRN we can make purchase bill. Okay, purchase bill, after that you can approve that purchase bill, and after the approving the purchase bill this purchase voucher will goes into the account for further things for accounting purpose. Okay, so now we can move on to the inquiry and rate master. So right now I'm going to show you how to create the inquiry, how to upload the inquiry, how to add the quotation, how to compare that quotation, how to approve that quotation, and how to send this rate into the rate master. Okay, so first select on the inquiry. Okay, after the selected the inquiry you can see the different menus are here, like inquiry generation, inquiry browse, quotation browse, quotation comparison, and quotation comparison browse. Okay, in quotation in inquiry generation. Okay, after the selecting inquiry generation you can see this window. Okay, this window is usually used for this window usually for the use for the filter out the all the requisition. Okay, that requisition which we want to create the inquiry. Okay, so first we have to select a library from here. then select that particular project, then select the material category. You can filter out via WBS. You can select this requisition form or a task form. Okay, consider lead time. If you want to consider lead time, you should select the consider lead time. Okay, this search date form is if you want to filter out the date from requisition, to select requisition form, or if you want to filter out the requisition from the task form date, to select task form date. So now we are going to select requisition form date and select that particular date range from 2. Okay, then search. Okay, after the searching, you can see one window will open like inquiry generation. Okay, in inquiry generation, your inquiry number which is generated automatically, or which is generated by the system automatically. Okay, next thing is come is inquiry date, where you can put the inquiry date, then due date, then expire date. You can add, you can select here. In next, the select material which we want to generate the inquiry. Select that particular material from here. Select that particular material from here. Search the material which you want to generate the inquiry. Then the next part is the requirement quantity and requisition quantity. Okay, in requirement quantity means what, the we already estimated that particular material into the WBS. So in requirement quantity, the overall estimated quantity will appear here from the WBS. Okay, and next part is the requisition quantity. Requisition quantity means what, the which all the requisition generated into the site module will appear here. So we can select the all the requisition, and after the selecting the all the requisitions, the system automatically adding the all the requisition quantity over here. So the both are the option for if you want to generate inquiry with the help of inquiry requirement quantity, you can select. If you don't want, you can don't select that requirement quantity. So if you want to generate the requisition only for requisition quantity, select requisition quantity. After the selecting requisition quantity, all the requisition which we already generated into the site module will appear here. Okay, so if you don't want to select all the requisition, so uncheck that one, select that particular requisition which we want to create the inquiry. So select that particular inquiry requisition here. Okay, the total value will come here. Okay, and the next thing is extra quantity, which is useful if you add something extra quantity into the requisition quantity for the bulk inquiry, so you can add here. Okay, and here you can see the one plus sign. Okay, if you add another material into the same inquiry, you can add from here, then select material, select requisition. If you want to add extra quantity, then types remark whatever you want, and then save. And then save. Okay, inquiry submitted successfully. Okay, after the inquiry submitted, the next things come is floating. We have to float that inquiry into the vendor, which is comes under inquiry browse. So select on inquiry browse. Then window inquiry browse window will open here. This window is helpful for the filtering out the inquiries. Okay, so for filtering out the particular inquiry, so we have to select library from here. Then we have to select project. Okay, so you can select the supplier name WS. You can filter out via WS. You can filter out via status. You can filter out via inquiry number as well. Okay, you can filter out via from date to date material. You can filter out via material category. You can filter out via material as well. Okay, and then search. After the selecting search, you can see the all the inquiry which we already generated into the inquiry generation. Okay, so now we have to float that inquiry into the particular vendor. So so we have to select on the float. After selecting the float, the next pop-up window will open. Okay, here you can see all the supplier list. Okay, so you can float the maximum 6 vendors to you can float maximum vendor. Okay, so to select the particular vendor which you want to float, and then select on save. After the selecting on save, system will inquiry float successfully. So system will floating that inquiry to the vendor. Okay, so now you can see the status. Previous one is a pending, now is saying is a floated. It means the requisition floated successfully. Okay, the floated means the requisition. So next part is come is a the next part is a comes is the sending mail to the vendor. You can send mail to the vendor, or you can download that inquiry from here. So select on print. Okay, select on print. Now you can see the that particular vendors are here which we already floated. Okay, so now if you want to mail to that particular vendor, to select that particular vendor and click on mail. After the clicking on mail, the system automatically send mail to the that particular vendor with the inquiry. Okay, after the inquiry after the inquiry floating, after the mails after the mail, the supplier will send us the quotation with the details, with the material detail, rate, or their schedule, their payment terms. Okay, so we have to add that quotation into the system. So select first select on the quotation. Okay, in quotation where you can see the filter window. Here you have to filter out all the inquiry supplier wise. Okay, so select library first from here, then that particular select that particular supplier. Okay, here you can select that particular inquiry number from date to date. Okay, then search. After searching, you can see the inquiries over here. Okay, with inquiry number, date, due date, and expire date. Okay, now add if you want to add the quotation, so select on the plus button over here. Select. After the selecting, quotation details window will open here for inquiry number 25. Okay, next thing we have to select the quotation date over here, valid till the quotation valid date here, and the quotation number, transport rate, loading rate, other charges rate, payment condition, delivery schedule, and warranty you can type here. Okay, for adding the rate, you have to select on the material. Okay, then select the credit dates of that particular vendor, select band, select type remark, whatever you want. Okay, this conversion factor which help us for the conversion material unit conversion purpose, like one steel 8 mm which estimated in WS with the technical unit is metric ton, but we supply sent us the quotation with kg rate. So we have to convert the steel into from metric ton to the kg. with the help of this conversion factor. Okay, and then select the commercial unit and type the rate over here. Okay, if you have any discount like 5%, 10%, you can type here. Okay, and after that we have to select the tax scheme, GST tax scheme from here. Okay, and then save. Okay, the same thing for different vendors. To select that particular vendor from here. Okay, and then select the inquiry number and then search. Okay, so then again we have to add that quotation, that particular vendor. Select quotation number, add the all the fields over here, then select material, then type quotation, credit period days, then rate, discount and tax scheme as well, and then save. Now we have added the two quotation into the system. Okay, quotation successfully saved. So we already added two quotation into the system. So now we are going to compare that quotation in, into the quotation comparison. Before the quotation comparison, the next point is come is the quotation bound, where you can check all the quotation, previous quotation which we already added into the system. So you can check from the quotation browse. Okay, then same the field, select the all the things and then search. You can see the all the quotation over here. So in quotation comparison, now we want to compare that quotation. So first thing is come into library, select library, then select project, select that particular inquiry number, select that particular material. Okay, and then search. After the searching, system will show you the all the quotation with that about that material. Okay, so now we have already added these two quotation, and now we want to compare that quotation. So select that quotation. Okay, and then select on compare. After the compare, system will show you the comparison. Okay, then save. Okay, the quotation comparison will generate it. Okay, then you if you want to create the print, so select on print. So system will create the print over here with the L1 and L2. So now you easily system easily identify the which is L1 or which is L2. So you can easily check who is a L1. Okay, after the quotation comparison bow. Okay, so we have to approve that L1 and we have to add this rate into the rate master. So with the help of quotation comparison bows, we can do that one. Okay, the same thing, select library, select project. Okay, select the particular uh, things. These are the optional. If you want to filter out, you can filter out, then select on search. Okay, after the searching, you can see that particular quotation number over here. Okay, okay, and the select the save to rate master. Select that rate master which we want to send a rate or we want to add rate. Okay, so select the particular rate list here. Okay, and select on the quotation comparison number. Okay, now you can see the both quotation are here, so you have to select on that approve. Okay, which is lower, you have to approve that one. After approving this rate will automatically save into the select this rate list, like cement rate list. After the approving, it will add into the cement rate list. Okay, or either you can create token for next approval purpose. If you want to set the multiple approval level into the quotation comparison box, you can create token for that thing. Okay, so select on the approve. After approving that particular quotation, this rate will automatically save into the cement rate. Okay, so now the all the inquiry form, all this inquiry will successfully, the rate will successfully submitted into rate master. Okay, so after the inquiry field, there is next part is coming is a rate master. Okay, the rate master is usually used for the adding rate directly without any quotation, without any inquiry, without any if. Okay, if you want to skip the inquiry field, you can directly add the rate into the rate master. Okay, for the rate markup purpose, so select on the rate master. Okay, in rate master there are the three menus like rate master, tax scheme and tax master. In tax master, where you can create the all the tax master from the tax master. Okay, then in tax scheme you can create the tax scheme over here. Okay, so next rate master, in rate master you can the one window will open. So select library, so we have to select library. So then we have to select the rate list. Okay, then select material, material name, supplier. So in rate list, if you have any previous rate list, you can select here. Okay, and you don't have any rate list, so you can create from here. Okay, so you can add new rate list from here, then save. So this rate list will automatically appear here, and then select that rate list from here. Okay, and then search. Okay, this this is useful for the checking the previous rates. Okay, and you want to add new rates, so select on new rates, add new rates. So rate list will automatically appear here. So select that particular supply which you want to add the rate. Okay, so select that particular rate supply here, then type the material which you want to add the rate. Okay, then the conversion factor, if you have any conversion factor, you can set from here. Okay, and then type the rate, that particular material. This we have to add, this rate is per unit rate we have to add here. Okay, if you have any discount, you can type the discount percentage like 5%, 10%, whatever. Okay, then we have to you, if you have any transport rate, you can add here package and forwarding rate, loading, unloading. If you have any insurance, you can add here. You have any installation, you can add here. If you have any other charges, one or two, you can add here. If you know the credit days of that particular material for that particular supply, you can add here. Then select the brand. Okay, and select the tax scheme. Okay, and then save. After the saving, this rate is automatically added into the rate master. Okay, so now if you want to search that particular rate, you can select the material over here. Sorry, you can type the material over here, select that particular supplier. Okay, and then search. Okay, so it will help us to filter out that particular rate. So now you can check the our latest year. So rate list is useful for the checking the rate history. Okay, the what rate at what date. Okay, and this is useful, also useful for the estimation team for checking the rate or taking the average from the all the rates. Okay, so if you the next thing is coming is the invalid or copy. So you have the same all the same thing, but the rate is different, so you can simply select that particular rate and then copy. So new, the all things will copy, so you have to want to change the rate, only you can change the rate and then save. The all the things will remain same, but rate, all the things will same except rate, then save. Okay. Okay, and if you don't want to see this rate into the purchase order, so you can invalid that rate as well. So select that particular rate and select on invalid. It means what? The rate is invalidate, means you cannot use this rate into the purchase order. You can see this rate into the this rate master, but you cannot see this rate into the purchase order. Okay, that all things will be already done into the, or we can done into the rate master. Okay,